In this video, I just want to show you what your spreadsheet's going to look like when you're done. Okay, notice I've got time in seconds, I've got position in centimeters, velocity in centimeters per second. The times I'm counting by 1/60th of a second, right? So that's 1/60th, 2/60ths, 3/60ths, and there's a simple way to do that. This is my data that I get off the tape. This is my velocity. Notice that this cell is just empty. Okay, don't worry about that. That zero position. Don't go putting a 0 in there because definitely this y-intercept here is definitely not 0. Okay, all that means is that the tape was moving when the timer started making dots on it, which that's entirely fine. Okay, and so roughly it should look like that. There is a way. Notice that the like 12, it says 12.0, 42.0. I did measure that, and it is 0, and so we really should have a decimal like that. Okay, so that's what this sheet looks like. Notice I've got a nice linear trend line through that, and then I have the equation right there. Okay, so we need to see that equation, and that's sort of what this page looks like. So you can do that. If you go and do a print preview, notice that that'll print out on one page, and Google Sheets is pretty good about that, right? And then if we go to position, I think you need to do the position graph on its own page, right? So notice this is a smooth curve line, right? Notice it's got an equation right there, okay? And this is a second order polynomial. It has position versus time. And then I added minor grid lines as well, right? So notice that it labels 100. There's a way to do that. There's a way to make it put a line right there. You definitely want, this line to be there, and you want that line to be there, because we're going to draw tangent lines through this and read this off. And then notice that we've got minor grid lines. We divided this axis into tenths and this one into tenths. And you'll like that when you go to do the manually drawn tangent lines, okay? And this is what your graph needs to look like.